Just tell me when you fire it up, buddy.
Fire it up, buddy.
Okay, hey those at home watching. All of our players are here except someone we're not going to name.
Probably should.
And it's not me this time.
The overlay is very distracting, I'm sure, for people.
The overlay, the overlay probably is. But anyway, basically, Charles is back for one session in between his little hiatus. And since in character Ben is in the party and Charles isn't, and Ben isn't here in real life and Charles is, we decided to have Charles fill in for Ben's character, which is really just
This name.
very interesting.
Yep.
Would anyone like to recap, in their words, what happened last session?
Ben fucked everything up, and then we got lightsabers.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I see. This is completely true.
I'm glad that's what you took from it.
Yeah.
Would anyone like to describe to Charles, since he's role playing Ben and he wasn't here last session, what Ben went through in a little more detail, or
But didn't he have the
masters like?
Ben
Didn't
was
he
a
have the
shit
touchy feely master?
No, he had the
No, Ben had the
Jingo
aggressive
master.
sort of
Oh,
wannabe soldier master.
okay. So, okay. Yeah. So, oh yeah. Fuck. I remember Putty's the most besides mine. So.
Me and Putty are the only ones in Roll20. Anyway,
Yeah, I'm
everyone-
coming in this
I
time.
need to hit the login button. Sorry.
Everyone roll your destiny dice for the day. Not sure if we'll be using them much, but just in case.
Crafted a lightsaber. Better make that harder.
I rolled dark side a lot.
Let's see.
Let's see.
Uh, 1F. Enjoy all that dark side.
There you go.
The same. as
That's
last week.
two dark side, one light side. Total pool of 3. By the way, if you're in the Roll20... Oh, you're not, Charles. Okay. Well, when you get in the Roll20, Charles... Oh, now you're in. The picture of your master is Yohar Bagur. He's actually at the very bottom of the character portraits folder.
Okay, yep.
And he is quite the figure.
He
So-
is spicy.
Trying to think, what was the very last thing we did was
Chris
was
Yeah, it was
Chris messed
my...
with his master. That's right.
Yeah, no, she messed with me.
Okay, that'll come out in court in the in the proceedings.
So, Chris, you head back to your dormitory, to the place where you all sleep, and all of you have now had your first day of training, meeting with your master and learning something from them. So you're all in the corridor, including the other Padawans. Who do you say anything to each other about your day? Actually, I'll start it off immediately. What's this? Draelith walks up to you and walks up to like the 3 of you, because I'm guessing you're sort of in a group. And he says, "So, how did So you must have met with your masters today. How did that go?"
Well, mine's intense.
Intense. Who'd you get?
Marshall, real quick, what was her name?
Her name is Erin Kay. You can find her in the portraits.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. I got Erin Kay, and, well, scary. I think I can learn a lot from her.
Oh, Erin Kay. Gamath says, "Oh man, I once asked her to help me with with a little bit of ancient Jedi lore when I was in the archives once. Let's just say I never want to ask her for help again." And what about you, Xiao?
My master has a very different way of looking at life. I think it will be interesting. to explore that.
Oh, who is that?
Valisa.
Oh, yeah, I've met her a little. She seems nice. What is the different way she looks at life?
She's willing to do a lot to accomplish goals.
Oh, okay. Interesting. What
Ominous.
are her goals? Very ominous.
That I don't know yet. Good question.
Oh, okay.
How astute.
Next day you come and you're like, what are your goals?
So tell me about your life. Do you want to get married?
She's like, yeah, I just want to have kids.
Oh.
That's why I've mastered the Force. I just want to be a housewife.
Taught me how to do deception so you could have kids.
Yep. Wait, what? I don't even get that. Okay. So yeah. Shit. In the corner, you hear Rith say, all of you are lucky. My master's Rook, and he is, well, he's a hard man. Hard to deal with. Although, perhaps Aaron K is about the same in some ways. Though, from what I've heard, Aaron K has a sort of neutral passivity to her, whereas Rook will literally beat you if you don't do everything he wants you to.
Well, charming.
Ouch.
I mean, hey. He doesn't always beat me.
No, it's Jedi training, not summer camp, so...
Jesus, Stockholm Syndrome and edgy.
So anyway, as she begins to beat herself, as Master Rook asked her to do every night, do you guys have any conversations, or do you go to bed?
I think I want to show off my lightsaber.
Okay, you get out your lightsaber.
I found the Sith.
No, I swear, it's just the hilt.
Alright, let's see the lightsaber.
I'll pew it out.
I will remind... Wait, 1 second. Yeah, I'll remind everyone what his lightsaber looks like. This is what it looks like.
Oh, yeah.
This is not evil at all. Guys, it's cool. It's cool.
It's cool.
It's
actually
not evil.
Anyway, but his lightsaber glows a bright green out of the dark black hilt, yeah, it looks like quite the lightsaber. Do the other two of you show off yours?
I do.
Yeah, I do.
Okay,
yeah.
Great. Just a reminder. So when Etah shows off his lightsaber, he pulls out a white lightsaber adorned with excellent sort of ribbons made out of plasteel, and the lightsaber ignites a I can't even think. Oh, a bright yellow. That's right. And when Shao pulls out hers, it is a rather... Oh, you said you didn't pull out yours?
Yeah.
Okay. Everyone looks at you like, fuck you.
There's enough effort to make the fucking thing. I'm not gonna break it.
Taking it out of your pants doesn't...
Well, roll triple despair.
It could happen.
It should. Yeah, I'll make... Next time you take out your lightsaber, I will make you roll a mechanics check. It's like,
oh no, not mechanics.
Why would you do that to me?
Hard mechanics check not to break your lightsaber as you pull it out. Oh shit.
Okay, so before bed, I want to walk over to Rith and ask what form of lightsaber combat she specializes in. Tough questions.
Sorry,
Or are you saying you don't immediately have that on hand?
1 second. I'm also sharing Ben's character sheet with Charles.
I'm not saying you should fuck with his character sheet.
Look,
Definitely
I'm
fuck
a
with his
good guy.
character sheet. In fact, spend his XP.
Just buy useless shit. Like, just spend it all in mechanics. For the love of God, we need someone with
Just
that.
spend it all on grit.
Okay, you can.
There we go. Got it.
This character with no force talents, but just grit. Just 20 grit.
Super. He's gritty as fuck, though. Like,
You'll be trying, like, when our characters are meant to die to a really hard boss, Ben's just sitting there like, I can stay here all day.
No, he's just like, strain. My God.
That's literally me anyway. Like my actual character.
anyway, he says, I practice Surisu.
Would you like to spar with me tomorrow?
Tomorrow. Sure. I'd be happy to. I don't have anything going on.
Excellent.
Are you any good?
I like to think so.
Okay. Well, then hopefully we can get something going, Rith says, as she opens up her book and continues to read.
Excellent.
Do you look at what she's reading?
Sure.
Mein Kampf. No, just kidding. Anyway.
I somehow saw that coming.
Okay. So anyway, yeah, you guys, do you guys, the rest of you go to bed? Or settle down for the night is another way. So you don't, I'm not saying you immediately, like, go to bed. You can do whatever your nightly rituals are. But are you guys done with this day?
I believe so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good. So all of you settle down for the night, hopefully get some sleep, and the next morning, you are, do any of you, so none of you have any particular training scheduled today, this is sort of just a whatever day. Do any of you get up early or whatever? Actually, Xiao, did you arrange a specific time?
We didn't. I mean, we didn't in the role play. We
didn't on camera. Or you could just assume that she wanted to do it at the crack of dawn and wake her up.
I'm not gonna do that, considering that in the last morning she was part of the like wake up's quite late crew. So I'm not gonna do that. I guess I'll wake up normal time. Rip jukebox.
Yeah.
Yep.
Every time, buddy.
Kaboom.
It'll come back one day. So anyway, so you're gonna wake up at a normal time. Yeah, so everyone eventually sort of starts to get up.
Do the assholes not do their early morning exercise today?
Oh, they did. You just missed it because you woke up later. Assholes?
I mean the very dedicated Padawans.
Wow. Doesn't like exercise. Okay. So yeah, they already look sweaty. They go to get showers.
A lot as a slave. It triggered me. All right.
Yeah, there you go. That's fair. And so yeah, they go to get showers or something. Rith after at some point says, "Well, I was thinking of going to the archives later today. So do you want to get the sparring done now?"
Sure, I say.
Okay. She says, "Do you want to spar? Do you want to spar in one of the training rooms here in the sub level, or do you want to spar outside in the courtyard?"
I think it'd be better to spar outside.
Okay. She, the two of you walk up the stairs and out into the beautiful, shining courtyard. It's once again another bright, shiny day in Dantooine, and she ignites her blue lightsaber and says, "Okay, you ready to go?"
I ignite my cyan lightsaber and say, "You know it."
Okay. and then the rest of the party, rest of the Padawans jump out of bushes and say, "That's what his lightsaber looks like." No, I'm just okay.
Mechanics check.
Yeah. Then mechanics check, the lightsaber lights on fire, and Shao runs away crying. I'll never have a lightsaber. Okay. So yeah, the two of you spar. How long do you spar for?
17 hours.
That is a while. That's a good bit. That's a
Well,
good bit
we
of
decided
sparring.
just to spar until somebody gains, an upper hand, a riposte. But we're just so
Okay.
good that it lasts 17 hours.
That makes sense. Well, why don't we see how good you are? Roll your lightsaber against hers,
Okay.
which is gonna be hers is two proficiency and 2 ability.
Am I technically in combat? Does my duelist's training activate?
Yeah.
Okay. And what did you say hers was?
2 proficiency and 2 ability.
And that would be 2R, 2P?
Yeah. Oh shit, boy.
Indeed.
Okay, so after 20 or so minutes of sparring, the lead up to the 17-hour marathon,
Yeah.
you guys, there's some quick jabs and such. Although you find that your Makashi style, while it is very good against someone, for example, who uses Shien or Itaru, its aggressive and quick movements are easily countered by someone who is focused on the defense.
Makashi is defensive stuff.
Wait, Makashi is defense?
Yeah.
I thought. Fuck!
It's mainly a defensive stuff.
She's very aggressive while doing it, I guess.
You're
my-
shit at it.
My plan
You attack
was to,
the whole damn time. You dumbass.
No, my
Messed it
plan
up.
was to be quite aggressive, to see if I could test the offensive capabilities of it against Sarissa.
Well, there you go. That's your fault.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah. So Sarisu is well equipped, and she as a duelist is well equipped to defend against your attacks.
But I got advantage, though.
That's true. The advantage represents that. What is it? Well, how do you want to spend it?
Even though I'm
sometimes
definitely...
I'm about to spend advantage, and I realize I should give the players a chance. What do you want to use it for?
I want to inflict a critical injury. No, I want. I wanted to be very clear that even though I lost this exchange, that my duelist's technique is very good.
Okay, so sort of like you want it to impress her, basically.
Yes, yeah.
Okay. So you the fight left an impression on her. Probably after like knocking you to the ground at the very end of the fight, she helped you back up and she said, that could have gone either way. I feel like some of it was. I feel like we were so close that a lot of that might have just been luck for me. That was you're a very good duelist. You're an equal match for me.
But I'm a couple steps behind.
In terms of the dice, you're definitely not. But but fuck it, she doesn't know what dice are. Yeah, she's like, well, I have been doing this for a while. But honestly, the technique you have is incredibly strong. I think on another day you could have beaten me. So you left an impression
to
on
another
her.
day.
Oh shit. Okay, so you guys will have to continue the 17-hour marathon over the course of many days. It's a marathon in no certain terms, but
it's really a decathlon.
Yeah, with many breaks in between, with
Yeah.
drinking and sleeping and eating and doing not fighting.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you guys all go about your day. There's one other thing I want to roleplay today, and that is Charles. Quickly think of something you might have been doing today. Maybe you were doing something in the archives. Maybe you were practicing with another student in sparring. Maybe you were meditating. Can you think of something you might have been doing today during your free time?
I think I would have been meditating a little bit.
Okay.
So clearing my head.
Clearing your head. Clearing it of all of its darkness.
Oh, Ben, what have you done?
Crashed their spaceship.
So,
Grandeur.
Did he really?
Yes.
Yeah, actually.
Oh, God, Ben.
So you are sitting there, meditating. I'm gonna have you make I'm gonna make you make an average. What's it called? An average. Vigilance. An average vigilance check. So that's 2 difficulty die. And just because I'm gonna upgrade one of those, so it's gonna be 1 difficulty, 1 proficiency.
1 challenge. 1 challenge, 1.
Yeah, sorry. Challenge. 1 challenge, 1 difficulty. Against your vigilance.
And which is just 2.
Or against Etah's vigilance.
Etah's vigilance.
Oh god. Okay. So you are meditating, and suddenly you hear a creak. I'm gonna say that this creak allows you to get a little bit out of the way, but not fully, as Yuhar Bagur jumps down from the ceiling, grabbing your legs and dragging you away.
Ambush.
Oh my god!
The best training.
As he's dragging you away, he ties up your legs and begins pulling you like you're a kill in the forest. And he says, "Now, Etah, you're gonna need to do better than that when you're in the jungle, surrounded by the enemy. They can come at you at any time. And if I can sneak up on you with my old bones, then they can definitely do it. You gotta be better, smarter, quicker. You gotta have better eyes. Got it?"
Can I, while he's saying this, try and untie the ropes that he's tied up on my legs?
Sure, you can use your advantage for that. That's a good use.
Yeah.
So you untie the ropes and you. So after you've gotten out of the ropes, he doesn't notice. He's just dragging you along. Do you run, or do you just stand up and poke him on the back? Or do you sneak away?
I sneak away, yeah, sneak away.
You sneak away. So he probably goes on talking for some time, and then eventually realizes that he's not dragging something so heavy, and he turns around and he says, "That crafty devil might just be worthy of my tutelage yet." and then he goes back to his regular master stuff. I love Yuhar Bagur. He's my favorite. So anyway, yeah, I don't have a favorite, actually. I like all the masters, but you, so you escape, and the rest of your day is not plagued by attacks. So, if no one has anything specific they want to do in the next week, I'm just gonna basically, a week is gonna go by of your training, and then we're gonna roleplay the next time you meet with your master.
Could I do?
So does anyone want to? Yeah, sure. Could
I, on one of the days, try and visit Yuhar Bagur?
Oh, okay, yeah. Do you? So might I ask? So I'm guessing Etah told you about him and enough to know where he is and stuff.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. So you go to his. Do you try to find him when he's outside of his study in public, or do you try to find him in private?
In private, I'd say. Okay.
So you knock on his place of meditation, and he opens the door and says, "Hello? I'm sorry, I don't think we've met." And he extends his hand. "The name's Yuhar, Master Bagur, you can call me if you like."
"Master Bagur, I'm Shaolet Brakagu. I'm a friend of Etah's."
"Ah, Etah! Quite the student. I have high hopes for that boy. So, come in. What did you want to talk about?" As he closes the door.
"I'm told you're the one to talk about in terms of weaponry."
"Weaponry? Ha ha! Yeah. What kind of weaponry?"
I pull out my lightsaber and I say, "I think I would be best served with a curved hilt. What do you think?"
"A curved hilt? Interesting.
I knew this is what you're going for.
Ah! He yells. He says, "Well, a curved hilt is definitely good to have. What sort of duelist are you?"
"Makashi, I say."
Yes. Makashi style will go well with a curved hilt. Although, I would recommend it for most duelists in a way. Any duelist can have some use of a curved hilt, but I think a Makashi duelist like yourself can make a special use out of it." He says, so, what about the curved hilt?
I was hoping you could help me find and make and implement it, if it was possible.
I suppose that's possible.
Only if you were interested in it.
He thinks on it for a moment. I will make a deal with you.
Okay.
I will help you build your this curved hilt if you can pass a trial.
I say, a trial sounds fun with someone as revered as you. However, don't you just want to make a curved hilt so that all the Padawans can see your fine handiwork and your fine combat style?
That's gonna be a hard charm check.
Okay. Oof.
Dun.
Let me just have a...
I assume that's what you were going for there.
There was indeed what I was going for there. Let me just check all my charm traits, because I have quite a few. I think. That's coercion.
I love this. This is... How does everyone like this backing track? Because I'm repeating it a lot.
I like it.
Yeah, I like this ambience. It's quite
Okay.
nice.
Yeah. I wish I could find a longer version, so I don't have to keep replaying it.
Okay, all I'm going to add to this is that I have a... part of my influence tree is that I can add a force die to this check.
Okay.
Alright, so what's hard?
3 difficulty dice.
What's hard?
Yeah, my dick.
Just dropped the whole new. God damn.
Sorry, I'm still pretty newbie at the roll.
That's fine. I just found an hour of this, so that'll make it a little better.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, wait. First of all, I'm going to flip a destiny die to use that force point to add 1 advantage, which will remove one of the strain. One of the threat, sorry. So, is that right, Marshall?
Wait, sorry, say it again.
I'm gonna flip a destiny dice to use that dark... Oh no, that was a light side force point, never mind.
That's a light side, yeah, that's light side.
Yeah, I'm just gonna use it to have an advantage, which will remove one of the threat.
Sounds good. I think I know what I'm gonna do with that threat. So he says, well, it would be nice for some of the stuffy masters around here to realize that my talent should be truly realized as the master weaponsmith of the Jedi Order. Never really realized I wanted that until now. Anyway, he says, sure, I'll help you find the parts and assemble it. It'll take time and effort, but I think we can do it. And he says, on one condition, however, I won't make you go through a trial. But, okay, I'm just going to tell you the next thing in the private conversation. It'll be a secret little thing. Okay, the thing he says to you is, but I've got my student, Etah. I like to surprise him every once in a while. How would you like to help me the next time I get the goat on him?
Yes.
Okay, that's the deal then. I help you make this, and you help me the next time I try to sneak up on Etah.
That is a great deal. I extend my hand.
Okay, you guys shake.
Okay. Hope you muted the stream. Or the recording.
The stream can know, I just don't want you guys to. Like, it's not a big secret. Like, if you watch the stream, by the time it comes out, the secret will be revealed. So it's
okay.
I bet it's Kill Ben.
Murder him and resurrect him. Yuhar Bagur just actually signed a pact, and Zhao is now his dark apprentice. They are the Sith. Wouldn't that be fucking crazy? Holy shit!
I will give you my curved hilt if you take down the Republic.
And Zhao's like, well, I like the Republic, but I really want a curved hilt. One curved hilt later, the two of you are slaughtering senators in the castle.
I saw a recording of Shao killing young ones.
Okay, anyway. So crazy. So yeah, you guys are so he decides to help you with this. He says though that it will take something.
Will it take a curved tilt?
Damn it, you knew. God damn it, that's exactly what it is. He's like, it's gonna take a curved hilt though. And you're like, I don't know, I want a curved hilt, but I don't know if I want a curved hilt. Can we do it without having to get a curved hilt? And he's like, nope, got it.
He just like force extends the freaking lightsaber and so he bends it. So there's your curved hilt.
So he says, I can get most of the parts, but I will need some credits to buy the rest in town.
How much will you need?
I think 250 credits will do it.
Hold on a second, good sir. I'm going to have to acquire some credits.
How many credits do you have?
150.
Okay. So what you could do is you could try to convince Yuhar that 150 is enough.
He gets to the vendor, fails his persuasion roll.
Okay, wait, I got it. I've got it. I say to Yuhar, hey, I've been around traders most of my life. I think 150 will do it.
He's like,
What? Should I roll a check of some sort?
Yeah, definitely. Although, I'm trying to think of what you would roll here. This isn't charm.
No. I could see it going under courage.
I almost see it's because you're not. I almost see it as deception because I feel like you don't know about it, and you're sort of like saying like, it'll be fine. So I'm gonna have you roll a hard deception check.
Well, I just learned how to deceive from my master.
Yes! Actually, I'll give you a boost to represent the fact that knowledge is still fresh.
I still don't think we're gonna do it, but cool. Nope.
He's like, look, I get it. Money's tight, but that doesn't make the that doesn't make the price of these things any cheaper. I'll tell you what. I know you're struggling. So if you don't mind, Putty, I'll use that advantage to knock it down to 200 credits.
That sounds right, yeah.
Okay. He says, I can maybe work with 200 credits, but the rest you'll have to find from your friends, or you could always do odd jobs for people around the temple.
Yeah, and I'm sure my friends would be happy to lend me 50 credits.
Yeah. They're nice people, after all.
Right.
Okay. So he walks away.
By the way, Yohar, Bagor.
Of course! After all, we made a deal, signed in blood, the blood of the younglings! Anyway, I'll see you later.
Yes, master, I will do as you please.
All of you feel a dark presence. By the way, for you, Harbor, this whole Sith turn thing was completely out of nowhere. He just was like, yeah, that sounds fun. Anyway.
You read all about it on the internet? You read about the Sith? 10 things that the Sith get. Number 5 will shock you.
And he's like, shit.
Shit, complaints.
It's like unlock, and then once he gets to the 5th thing, the site has a paywall. And he's like, shit, I need to find out what it is, but I don't have enough money. Oh, I'll just become a Sith, and then I'll find out. Okay, anyway. So you guys go back, you know, a week goes by. Actually, so we'll real quick, Shao, you go to your friends. Do you ask them for money?
Yeah, first of all, I say, Etah,
Etah!
Do you want to spar tomorrow?
Sure, why not?
Why do you just want to beat up Ben?
Also, Etah, I was wondering if you could lend me 50 credits.
50 credits.
It'll be back with you with interest. It'll be 1% every 10 years. And it'll be given to you. which means in 20 years it'll be an extra credit, and I'll have it back to you with
inflation. With inflation, he'll have to pay you money.
And it'll be back with you in no time, guaranteed.
I'm a bit strapped for cash, but if it's if you can get it back to me soon, then credits I don't think would be a problem.
I absolutely can.
Okay, sure.
Alright, cool.
And I hand him over 50 credits.
I love how Charles, in place of Ben, just negotiated the worst deal ever. It's like, I'll get it back to you within 10 years at an interest rate of 1. He didn't even say what it was. Per month? Per annum? Is it accrued? What?
He's just as good a negotiator as David Davis.
It's per 20 years. I think it'll be fine.
Per 20 years, he knows only a 10-year thing. So that's a 0.5%.
He gets 1% interest every 10 years, which means in 10 years it'll be half a credit. I think. No. Yeah. It'll be half a credit.
Yeah. It'll be
And
50,
half a
50
credit.
and 0.5 credits. Rounded down. It'll all, of course, be rounded down, so he'll have to pay 50 credits. So yeah, you subtract 50 credits, Etah, from your Etah's inventory, and Xiao increase your by 50.
Yep.
I usually wouldn't allow a player to do this kind of thing, but it's only 50 credits, so.
Wait, to trade credits between each other?
No, I mean in play. Like
place
Ben
of,
isn't here. If it was like 500 credits, I wouldn't let Charles just give away Ben's money in that amount. But
No, I was trying to think of a way to get it out of mine because I know I have enough, but I didn't know the story enough.
You negotiated the shittiest investment opportunity ever. Like, Xiao has basically become. I feel like her master is a really bad influence. She's now a con artist in the span of a week. The master's like, I didn't mean this kind of deception, Xiao.
It's okay, Master Isa. If you just invest in the putty Isa.
I've got a timeshare. Okay, so yeah. You probably go back to Yuhar, and he's like, yes, 200 credits, yay. So, Putty, subtract all the credits from your inventory.
I have 203. I still have 3 credits.
Okay. 3.
That's for food.
Keep your dignity. So yeah, he takes the 200 credits. He's like, okay, I'll be off to the market. And he probably goes at some point, but he's not going to have the parts for you today. He probably won't have them for you until after your next meeting with your master.
Sounds good.
So we can quickly do the roll since you challenged Etah to a fight before you meet with your next master. Do that. It's going to be...
Marshall, can I tell you something really quick in the private conversation launch?
Yeah.
The duel is intended to distract Etah.
Oh, good part of the gam. Okay, gotcha. I like it.
Right.
I like it.
Jumping back up.
Yeah.
Okay. So Xiao challenges you to a duel in one of the orchards near the sort of one of the more densely packed orchards near the temple. And by densely packed, I mean there's like 2 trees separated by like 10 feet. It's not a thick forest, but for this kind of area, for these plains, it's pretty densely packed. And you guys begin fighting. Xiao throws a quick few jabs. Etah throws a quick few jabs. Charles, I'm going to have you make a hard vigilance check.
Oh, God. So... I'm gonna use a force point to make it to upgrade a one. That's 1 proficiency, which is yellow.
Oh, despair! Oh no, that's triumph. Nice.
But it's fail.
It's fail, it's threat, but it's triumph.
Okay, interesting. This will be a weird roll. So, as you are walking as you are fighting, you begin to fight a little bit, but so shortly after, like 30 seconds after the sparring has begun, you accidentally walk over a hairline tripwire set between two trees that it seems like Shao might have led you into. And then as you set the tripwire, a huge fucking net that was hiding in the grass below you comes up and lifts you into the air. Okay? How would you like to use your triumph, though? Be creative, because this is a triumph. We can
look at
some
this
goofy
net.
shit.
What's the net made out of?
It's made out of a sort of type of very strong plastic alloy.
Okay.
Known as plastoid. I believe in the Star Wars universe it's called that.
Sounds something like Star Warsy. I'm not sure. I'm trying to think. Can my lightsaber cut through a bit, and I fall out onto the floor? Would that be all right, Marshall?
Wait, what? What happens?
Obviously, I've been dueling, so my lightsaber's out, so it cuts through the net as it comes up, and I can roll out. Would that be?
Yeah, I've got an idea. So you, so as you're caught up in the net, Yuhar Bagur comes out and he high fives Shao and he's like, ha 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 ha, and he's standing directly under the net. And he's like, once again, my pupil, you have much to learn. As you cut the net, fall out, and crush him to the ground. And he's like, oh, much to learn you have. Okay, I need to go to the medic. Yeah. So eventually you get off him. He sort of walks slowly back to the temple. Are you angry? Is Etah angry at Shao for assisting in this, or is it like cheeky? You don't really care.
He got to crush his master. I think it.
Shao is grinning evilly.
The blood of innocence on her hands.
I look down at I look over at my master and then back over at Shao and go, wait, what? Wait, what?
You don't think I'm going to let you off that easily, am I? Finish the duel, I say, giving a Makashi salute.
Okay.
And yeah, we.
Okay. And roll a check. I'll let Etah roll it. Etah, roll a check against Shao's lightsaber. So Shao? What's yours?
3 proficiency, 1 ability, and I also get 2 boost. I'm not sure if that'll factor.
Yeah, it'll factor. So it'll be 3 challenge, 1 difficulty, and 2 setback.
1 difficulty, 2 setback. Then.
Wow, Etah is shit.
Yeah, Etah's pretty shit.
That was a wrong roll. It was supposed to be 3 challenge, but you lost it.
Oh, 3.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's over. Yeah. So that can represent Shao holding back. Didn't want to crush you so badly.
I mean, it's a duel, not a murder.
That's how they start.
It's a murder of the spirit of your opponent. It's a spirit murder.
A spurter.
Shao has teardrops on her eyes at how many times she's spirit murdered people.
Yeah. There's like 30 up there. Everyone else assumes they're regular murders, though, and Shao goes to prison. So, anyway. Yeah, so you guys fight for a while, but Shao is able to dominate you. She's able to defeat you utterly. What would you like to use that advantage for?
Hoof her right in the front butt.
The front butt? That was sensitive.
Does Etah have any strain?
You could use it like Putty did before to gain the respect of your opponent.
I have 3.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. I'll use it to make Xiao.
So while your opponent Xiao seems to not have nearly as much training as you do, you feel that there's a good foundation there to learn on, and that given time, Etah could become a strong duelist.
At the end, I say, too bad you were distracted from the whole Bagur business. Hey, stop lunging in so much. If you just wait for your opponent to make a move, you get a much better idea of what they're going to do.
Okay, yeah. I'll take that on. Hopefully I don't get deceived again by my friends at all.
You have been deceived. So anyway, you guys all head back. And about a week goes by, and once again you are called to meet with your masters. So we'll start with Xiao. So Xiao, you go to your master's quarters, and she is sitting there. She's sitting there meditating, and she says, Xiao, good to see you. You're right on time, as always. Although we've only met once. Sit down. She says, how has the temple been treating you this week?
Really well, actually. I'm finding it very quickly to be comfortable.
Yes. We like to give our students room to learn here, unlike other academies. I hope that has been beneficial to you.
Yes, certainly. The amount of knowledge and just other like-minded or similarly progressed people here is very useful.
Well, in our golden era, there were 3 times as many students as we have now, unfortunately. But I'm glad you find our students, even now, to be helpful. She says, so. Would you like, actually, she says, it's a beautiful day. How about we take a walk for today's lesson?
That would be nice.
Okay. She takes you out into the gardens, and you guys take a walk, basically full circle around the temple a few times as you talk. Do you have any questions for your master today?
I was talking with the other Padawans recently, and there was a question that I found really interesting.
Mm-hmm. What was that?
What's worth fighting for? What is the ultimate goal? What is the ultimate purpose? Do you have one? Do you think about that?
A good question. A question many Jedi have meditated on. I don't pretend to have the answer, although I do believe generally the answer is however you see it. No one can tell you what your goal is. It is only yours. I would say mine is... I suppose mine is to make sure that people have the freedom and the ability to live. Life is my ultimate goal. Not necessarily the creation of it. I've never been much of a mother, but more in the preservation of it. I see myself as a guardian of life.
Do you take the Guardian class? I say that's noble. Very enlightening.
Yes. I think in my younger years I wanted to achieve something perhaps more aligned with the hubris of my fellow Jedi, but I feel that at the end of the day, power and glory are meaningless, at least to me. They may not be to many, and there will be other Jedi of this academy who will very much see power differently than I do. Like my old master, for example.
Who was your old master?
She still works at this temple. Her name is Erin Kay. She is abrasive, to say the least, and to say the most. She views power in a very unorthodox way to most Jedi. She views it as the goal. if you were to ask her what the goal is, she would say power is the goal.
Interesting.
Yes. Interesting, but in my mind, very troubling. Many of the masters have questioned her teachings. Some have even called it Sith-like. But she is still an accomplished teacher, and I have heard one of the best at teaching the mysteries of the Force here. Anyway,
I am inclined to share your troubles, but my friend Merkava is one of her current Padawans, and he speaks well of her teachings too.
Merkava, did you speak well?
Yeah, terrifying, but she's good.
Then in that case, she says, well, yes, she is definitely a good teacher. I do not dismiss that. Anyone would be lucky to have her. Although I sometimes worry about, the question you asked me. I think it is a perfect question to describe her. Her goals trouble me. And sometimes I feel that she does not truly know her own goals herself.
That sounds dangerous indeed.
So, the two of you continue walking for a while, and then you guys get down to business. What would you like to learn today?
What would I like to learn today? I would like to learn Advisor.
Advisor. Very well. Wait, what the fuck is it? Oh, putting it into the talent tree. Yeah, sorry, I forgot.
Also, before this won't change my decision, but can I only learn each of these once, or can I learn the same thing multiple times?
What do you mean?
Like, do I have to go through her? Like next time, can I use Advisor again, or is that now off? I have to go through something else.
No. Yeah, it's not a. You can pick whatever you want.
Okay. Yeah. Cool.
It represents in role playing. It represents like whatever she thinks is important. So if you take Advisor like 5 times, that means Valisa thought you really needed to learn that stuff.
And one last question. I think I heard it but didn't write it down, but I might not have heard it at all. Can you check the list and make sure that Discipline isn't on there for me?
Discipline is not on there.
Okay, cool.
She does not teach Discipline.
Those are my questions. Thank you.
She is weak! Crush her! Anyway.
I'm making an influence check.
So you go home, Merkava. You meet with your master.
Oh, do I just get 10 XP?
Oh, yeah, shit, yeah. 10 XP towards that. So, Merkava, you meet with your master. She says, close the door. How have you thought about the question I asked you when we last met? Chris, are you there? Chris?
Oh,
Chris?
Yeah, sorry. I think I had my mic muted.
You definitely didn't. Well, at least not on Discord. But maybe.
I've got a new headphone thing. So
okay. So she asks, "What have you thought about the question I posed to you when we last met?"
I have. I'm not sure if I've yet gleaned a sufficient answer, but I have dwelt upon it.
Mm-hmm. And what is your answer?
Marshall, did you not hear what I just said?
Okay. What she assumed you meant, I heard what you said. So you mean you just don't have an answer. I thought you meant like, I've got a shot at it. I can tell you what I think so far. But you literally still don't have an answer. You're just covering.
Yeah.
She's pissed.
Oh no. She's going to start throwing chairs.
So basically, in other words, you're saying you don't have an answer.
Yeah, no.
Okay. She says, that is troubling. Well, only you can answer it for yourself. Perhaps you just need more time than the others. So, how have you learned anything outside of my teachings?
Well,
you could, by the way, make up anything like that you learned in the last week in your free time.
I have been practicing handling lightsaber. I can't say I'm very good at it yet. I'm not exactly dexterous when it comes to my own 2 hands.
Interesting. Lightsabers are a powerful tool for the Jedi. They can destroy your enemies. But often your enemies use it against you, like a weakness. Some of the best bounty hunters in the galaxy can kill a man with their bare hands, but Jedi often rely on their lightsabers more than they know. She says, Still, learning how to wield it is good. I sense in you a strength of spirit of the Force, no?
You could say that, yes.
But your body is weak and frail.
I mean, yeah, if you want to be that direct about it.
She says, I use a technique that I perhaps could teach to you. You're the only student I have right now who could possibly learn it. We shall discard it.
Oh.
His weak and frail body.
Yeah.
Shit, there's a character in Star Wars like that.
So, I'm all ears if you have any sort of alternatives to me, just, physical training.
She says, I do. It will take some time to teach you. But I can teach you.
All right.
The technique I use, blood bending. Yeah, it's kind of like the blood bending of lightsabers. She says, the technique I use is simple. I do not wield the lightsaber with my bare hands. I wield it using the Force. Are you following me?
Yes.
She stands up, and out of her robes comes 2 lightsabers, both ignite, which then dance around the room as though they were being held aloft by invisible Jedi. Then the lightsabers clash and begin to have a duel on the other side of her meditation room. It is as if 2 Jedi are fighting before you, but you cannot see their bodies, their figures. You can, however, predict the movements. You can imagine their hands, their grips, their feet placement. You can imagine their whole beings, and they attack with great force, ferocity, and thunder. She says, while the 2 lightsabers are clashing, I can teach you this technique. I can teach you to wield a lightsaber with the Force as if you are holding it out with your own hand. Would you like to learn it?
Yes, I would be honored to learn this.
Excellent. We shall begin. Okay, so she's gonna spend this. You don't get XP for this. We're just gonna call this the payment of learning this technique.
So I can do it now.
Yeah, you can now do it. You spend the rest of the day with her, learning this technique, practicing, and eventually you get it down. You're able to actually spar with her using, the 2 of you eventually are sparring from across the room, both of you meditating while your lightsabers clash and fight and burn. It is quite the spectacle for anyone who came by. Eventually she dismisses you, telling you, leaving you with this. She says, now, before you leave, I think the next question I will ask you connects to the last question. Before I asked you if a lightsaber is still lightsaber, if it does not work. Now, I think a more fitting question, after you have learned how to wield a lightsaber through the Force itself. Is a Jedi still a Jedi if they have lost their connection to the Force?
Then I suppose she wants me to dwell on that.
Do you not have an answer?
Well, I suppose if you would classify Jedi as a set of goals and motives rather than a specific type of ability.
Ah, so anyone without the Force can be a Jedi.
I mean, that's the difficult part about it, really.
I know many janitors here at the temple who deserve a pay raise now.
Well, I mean, they do good work.
No doubt. No doubt. She dismisses you, leaving you to ponder this question. Next, finally, Etah is called to his master. to the dark dungeon of the new Sith
He's
Lord.
not dragged.
You're not dragged. You're not.
No,
dragged.
no, I'm gonna stealth in there.
Okay.
Ooh.
Oh shit! I like it. Okay.
You're better. You're a better Etah than Ben.
Roll stealth against his vigilance, which is 2 proficiency and 3 ability.
Of course, because he was in the jungle. You know.
Yeah.
He was in Nom.
Nom.
He was in Space Nom.
Which for you will be 2 challenge and 3 difficulty.
Charles, this is where I would flip a destiny point.
Yeah, I'm gonna flip a destiny point.
I also like to remind you that you flipped all of our destiny points this session.
Now the power lies with me.
Yeah, well.
So apparently, he's just super fucking agile.
Yeah.
It's
He
vigilance,
flipped the
not
destiny point so that he would be. Charles has also
it's
been in Space Nom.
It's willpower rather than agility.
No, but he's saying you're
Full.
stealth. Stealth is
Yeah,
agility.
stealth is agility.
So he means you are super agile. Anyway, roll it. Roll your stealth with the upgrade. Oh wow, that is a lot of threat. That is the most threat I've seen in a
I
while.
was so fucking nervous when you did this.
Oh shit! I don't even know. I feel like I can kill you with that much threat.
On the bright side, if you didn't roll that much threat, you probably would have failed. So.
Oh god.
I know what I'm gonna do. Yeah.
Sneak up on him and spook him.
Wait, he stealth so hard that when he trips and starts bleeding out, he can't see him. No, he stealth so hard that his master can never see him. He's gone into his subconscious.
He's disappeared and he can't find himself anymore. No.
Who am I?
So you sneak up on your master. What was your plan, by the way, after you sneaked up on him? What were you going to do?
I was just gonna
like yell boo or something?
pretty much just stand behind him and go, I'm here as you request, master.
Okay.
Just to scare the living daylights out of him, if I could.
I'm going to have him, so I'm going to say that you successfully snuck up on him, but him being a Nom veteran, he freaks out and ignites his lightsaber and flurries it towards you. Not realizing that it probably isn't a Sith Lord here to kill him. So I'm gonna have Etah roll on the crit injury chart.
Oh, shit.
Roll the
It's okay,
D100.
with no modifiers, you cannot get the really serious stuff.
You can't lose an arm or something. It's just
Yeah.
gonna represent
Yeah, so how do I...
It's a D100.
5
Roll.
times sneaking up on the master later. Okay, my arm's gone.
No, you roll a D100.
Is that in roll 20?
Roll
Or...
20.
It's in
Yes.
roll 20.
Yeah.
And when you roll it, Charles, can you announce what it is for the recording?
Yep. I got a 62.
Okay. A
Sound good.
62.
Slight days.
A 62 on the chart is
Slightly dazed.
yeah, slightly dazed. The target is disoriented until the end of the encounter. Disoriented basically means you gain setback on all actions, I believe. Yeah.
Yep.
So that's not a big deal since you're not in combat. But basically, I'm going to say that he flurried around, and instead of the lightsaber hitting you and like cutting your arm off or something, he hit you in the face hard with the back end of his lightsaber. And you got a lot of whiplash and hit the floor, and he's like, "Ah, traitor!" as he jumps up, and then he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, Etah, I didn't... Ah, shit, another loss."
Oh, my head.
He picks you up on the floor, and he's like, "I don't know what happened. You just randomly hit yourself in the head. It's so strange."
I just really like the floor, I think.
He sits you up on the chair, and he's like, "Why don't we keep this between you and me? Don't need to tell any of those regulators about this."
What happened again?
Get him fired until I get my curved hilt.
I don't know, but it's nothing the Jedi Masters need to know about. As he closes the door, he's like, so, what do you want to learn today?
You're gonna have to explain to me this training stuff because I wasn't here for it.
Oh, of course.
Or we could just have Ben not get this XP.
Ben dies. No, I'm going to give him the XP, but I like the idea that Charles picks stuff that Ben would totally not spend it on. Okay. You get... So this is the kind of stuff you can spend the XP on. I'm posting the list. You will get 10 XP to spend on any of these things.
Okay. Yeah.
Put it in piloting. Put it in piloting.
I so should put it in piloting, shouldn't I?
Put it in piloting. It'll help the group. Ben would never have spent it on that.
Yeah. Yeah, why not? Let's put it in piloting.
And honestly, looking at the thing, it's probably the only thing that would really fuck with him. Maybe Brawl.
Yeah, Brawl might. Lightsaber. Lightsaber would help him because he's only got 2. Only rank 1 has only got 2 things, but
okay. Well,
I think piloting.
Yuhar Bagur says, "I think today we'll have a nice, easy day, free of jumping around and hitting more of our heads. Not that happened. So why don't we go to the training simulator room and log in some time? I myself am quite the acquainted pilot. Although, unfortunately, I've never gotten to serve in a war yet, but I can show you how to shoot fake enemy Sith ships." And he,
I like to imagine that Etah is just like dragging the ship across the bottom of the simulation, just from the headache.
What? Wait, what? What's the up button?
He's just a broken person now. So you take him to the simulation room, or he takes you, and you do that for a while. Add 10 XP. You can write down in his character under notes that he has. I'm not going to have you spend it. So write down in notes that he has 10 XP that can only be spent on piloting space.
Actually, we probably should have done astrogation. Not gonna lie.
It's not available.
Yeah, that's not one of the choices. You think Yuhar Bagura cares about where he's going? It's the journey, my friend.
Yeah, hopefully this time he doesn't crash.
There you go. Well, the astrogation actually fucked him up last time.
Oh, God.
Okay. So, another week goes by, and Xiao, you meet with Yuhar Bagur.
With Yuhar? Oh, yeah, okay.
And he's like, yes, my apprentice, come. Yes, now. So, he has assembled, in part to the credits you gave him, a curved hilt, which requires no skill to put on. It's easily attachable.
Yes.
You now have a curved hilt on your lightsaber.
Okay, wait a minute. So, it says base modifiers and modification options. What does modification options mean?
So modification options are something you can do to mod any part of your lightsaber. It is really where the power of a lightsaber comes from. Every time a mod is like, so if the way to describe it would be, a curved hilt is like a modular extension to your lightsaber, but a modification is a little of a little.
It says it on the curved hilt modification.
I know. A modification is like an upgrade to the individual parts of your lightsaber that you have attached to it. So in the curved hilt's case, you can spend, I think it costs 100 credits, and it takes a mechanics check to make that modification.
And I can do that at any time.
Yeah, it takes some time. It takes 100 credits, and it takes a mechanics check, but you can do it at any time.
Would the mechanics check be influenced by my own lightsaber down to simple?
No, it wouldn't be simple. I think it'd be reduced to easy.
Okay, so it's 3 it starts, because it's down by 2, I think.
Let me check. If it was simple, I'd be surprised, because that would make
when a character modifies attachments on his own lightsaber, he decreases the difficulty of the mechanics check by 2 to a minimum of simple.
Modding attachments. Yeah, and it requires a hard mechanics check. So it would be easy.
Alright, cool. 100 credit, but I could do if I just had 100 credits and time, I could do that.
Yeah.
Excellent. Alright, cool.
Gotta make that money.
That'll be soon.
It will. So, who wants to meet with their master first?
I'll keep the pattern.
Okay, Xiao. You go to meet with Val Isa, who's planting flowers in the garden. You've seen her do this once already. She says, come out into the garden, Xiao. Help me. You can help me plant a few of these daisies.
I do so.
I'm not sure if daisies are in Star Wars, but they are now.
Oh shit! He's changing the canons.
We've been changing the canon since day one.
Is this campaign part of Legends or is this canon?
This is definitely Legends.
Oh.
I'll send a letter to Kathleen Kennedy and be like, hey girl, you know how you have never really cared about the extended universe and any time before the original movies? Well, I've got a plan for you, buddy. Anyway. So yeah, you guys help her plant some flowers. As you do this, she says, I've been gardening for most of my life now. I find it is a better way for me to meditate other than simply sitting and thinking. To me, it is more active and it allows me to think better.
I'm sure it brings you closer to life too.
Indeed it does. Often I have little creatures run out here in the flowers too. Many types of life live here on Dantooine. Not all of them the Karaths you see out in the fields. I don't know if you have seen a Karath yet, Xiao, but it's basically this huge. It's like twice the size of a big dog, and it has huge claws, and it's like got razors on its back.
Okay.
And it eats people.
Okay.
Anyway, she continues to plant the flowers, and she notices your lightsaber and says, I notice you've changed your lightsaber. Who helped you with that?
Master.
You are Bagur. Bagur, yeah. Bagugu.
Burg.
After some pronunciation issues, she's like, "Oh, Bagur." Okay. She says, "That's excellent. He's an interesting man. We don't always see eye to eye, but I like his heart."
Is that because of the height difference?
She says, "Yes, he is quite short, but that's that's neither here nor there. It's we don't always see the eye to eye figuratively, but he's a man with a lot of heart, and I like him. He's good.
It's good to hear.
Good person." She says, "What made you want to upgrade your lightsaber in this way?"
I've always been particularly studied in a duelist style from even a young child, and I've always felt more comfortable with a curved grip. It's similar to the grip on my race's sacred weapons.
Interesting. Well, I think it should be a good addition to your lightsaber. I once used a curved grip on mine, although after some time I took it off. Didn't find it useful anymore. I rarely get into fights nowadays. So, anyway, she asks you what you'd like to learn today.
Advisor.
Okay. You add that XP.
Right.
Do you have any other questions for her, or are you done?
I think I'm done.
Okay. Etah! You meet with your master? Etah, you go to your master and you're like, hey,
hey, you not gonna
actually, on the way to your master.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Do it.
Oh. It's time to get ambushed.
On the way to your master, you suddenly see in the distance, and I'm about to let you do something that in combat you would totally not be able to do it this way, but this is for narrative purposes. You see in the distance your master, and he's standing strangely. Then he pulls out of his hip a blaster and fires a stun shot directly at you. Roll lightsaber to deflect it. This is going to be a hard lightsaber check.
Oh god, Ben.
So once again, in combat, you would not be able to do this.
Deflect the lightsaber blaster bow?
You wouldn't be able to do it like this. You need talents for it.
Oh, okay. Well, this is an easier check, Charles, than the one against me.
What was it?
You need it's literally called the deflect talent. But yeah.
The
hard lightsaber.
That's
3 difficult.
3 purple. Yep.
And because I have so many, I'm going to upgrade one of those to a
Oh my god.
That is
fail.
You have had some of the most interesting rolls. You really have. They keep getting more interesting.
By interesting, he means you're dead.
Ben just dies in training.
And then he takes over Cedric.
I think I know what I'm going to do. So you are knocked out. It hits you, knocks you to the ground. You take 2 strain, and you pass out. However, I'm going to say that triumph. Would you like to use that triumph to have a force dream while you're knocked out?
Yeah, that sounds pretty cool.
Okay.
This is
In
part
your
of his training.
In your force dream, you are walking along a path. This path is high. It is sort of a raised, almost canyon above, high above the landscape to your left and right. And it's a very thin path carved out of rock. To your left, there is a great ocean lapping up against the sides of the rock. And to your right, there appears to be an endless sea of lava. The lava also lapping up against the side of the rock. You walk continually along this path for what seems like hours. Eventually, there is a figure, but you cannot make out who it is. They are heavily robed and dark. They extend their hand to you, and you feel yourself growing in power. But you turn behind you. Further back on the path is a figure dressed all in white. You cannot make out their appearance, but not because they are covered, but because they are so bright that your eyes can barely look directly at the figure. They extend their hands, and you feel yourself pulling back. You feel yourself being constrained. You feel yourself folding in. Which do you walk towards? The dark figure or the light figure?
I'm going to go towards the light figure.
Okay. You walk towards the light figure, feeling constrained and feeling pushed in. Eventually, your emotions die down, and the dark figure disappears behind you as the ocean of lava turns to a black stone when the water breaks through the bottom of the rock. Of course, this means that the canyon you're standing on collapses, and you fall into the ocean, into its dark depths. You wake up. You're sitting on the chair in his room, in your master's room, as he is fanning you with a rather large fan, and you just hear him saying, "Not again, not another lawsuit, not another lawsuit, I have to stop doing this." And he says, "Oh, you're awake, you're fine, you look fine to me."
Head hurts a little, but oh well.
Good. Good. I'm glad to know you're okay. He says, "Did you look strange? I feel a presence in the room. Did you see anything?"
Just some like people and some like a wet thing on one side and a warmer wet thing on another side.
What the fuck is the weirdest description? A warmer wet thing. So like a hot tub.
I think it was a bit. It also had some other stuff in it. It may have been lava. I don't know.
He says,
it's a bit of a funny color.
Well, I always tell my students, whenever they have a Force dream, it means the Force has reached out to them. Of course, usually that means trouble. I generally just push those sort of feelings down, deeper, forget about them. Anyway, let's learn about your next lesson.
I'm gonna... let's do lightsaber for him.
Okay. Lightsaber it is.
Pump it into piloting.
Write down that he has 10 XP that can only be spent on lightsaber. In notes.
Yep.
Okay, Merkaba, you meet with your master.
Do I just walk in normally like a sane person?
Probably. And no one attacks you. She is sitting there as you walk in, and she says, "So, sit down. How's your training been?"
It's been going all right. I find that it's much easier to not have to wield this thing manually.
Yes, you will find that. And, in so doing, have you found yourselves the answer to the question I posed?
I suppose. I don't know. It seems that without the Force, a Jedi loses most, if not all, of their potential. This especially applies to me, seeing that I can barely wield this thing on my own. So, I don't know. I do sort of think that the Force makes a Jedi what they are.
Interesting. I think what you have learned is the core of my philosophy. The core of everything that the Jedi are. Whether they know it or not, the Jedi teach and talk about many things, many ideals, but at the end of the day, they are the ones who beget power. They seek it out. They meditate on it. They learn it. They strive for it. They become power. That is the way of the Jedi, and it is the only constant in the Jedi Order. No matter how their teachings change from year to year, decade to decade, century to century, millennia to millennia, the end result is always power. In this way, the Jedi are much like the Sith. Although there is one difference. The Sith squander their power. They fight amongst each other, destroy each other, destroy their own planets. But they cannot come to agreements. They betray. It is what they do. The Jedi, they cooperate. Only to seek more power, though. Have you thought about the answer to the question I first posed?
The one about the lightsaber still being a lightsaber if it's broken.
Yeah.
I'm still not so sure when it comes to that one.
Very well. Let us learn. Okay, what do you want to spend your XP on?
Do could you,
Do it.
Okay, what? Could you post what she can teach? I need a quick refresher.
Down. You didn't do it?
Do it.
This is what she can teach. Battle meditation, bind, heal harm, influence, move, protect, unleash, sense, knowledge, lore, discipline, resilience, and sage talents.
I still think you should get battle meditation because KOTOR says it's OP.
It is. It's
It's
OP in this game, too.
Cool.
I mean, kind of OP. It has its limits. As all the Force powers do.
Lies, the Force is unlimited.
Unlimited
power!
See, I'm torn between,
By your ideals.
I'm stuck between the heal harm force power and the sage specialization tree. Now, would I just get points to put into the sage specialization tree? Is that how that works, Marshall?
You could literally use the points to buy any talent in the Sage specialization tree.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, I'll go with the specialization tree.
Okay.
Wait, by any talent, you mean any talent that's available to you, not any talent.
Yeah,
Yeah,
obviously.
any talent that's available to you.
Okay.
Write down in notes that you can do that you have 10 XP, or you can spend it now if you want. It's up to you. Okay. Another week goes by. Does anyone do anything during this week?
Yeah, can I spend the week doing odd jobs around the temple for people?
Ooh, odd jobs.
Yeah.
Like odd job.
I'm not going to ask for payment for it, but at the end I'll be like, if I did a good job, you can tip me.
I like it. Why don't you roll... I'm going to say you probably tried to charm them along your way. Is that true?
Yeah.
Okay. Why don't you roll a simple charm check? No difficulty. I'm just going to see how much tips you got. Actually, no. One difficulty. It'll be an easy charm check. Just to, because if you fail, it'll basically represent you just completely striking out. Oh shit!
I'm just
you
not using
used
it. No, I'm not
the
using
force.
it. No, I'm not using it.
Do it.
No, I can't.
Come in now.
Actually, wait. What did you use the destiny point for, Marshall?
I didn't use shit, man.
So wait, is my camera froze? Is it not 2 red and 1 blue on your screen?
Oh, it is 2 red and 1 blue.
So what did you use it for? We were at 3 for a while there.
I used it to upgrade Etah's check.
Yeah.
Okay. But no,
Which got the bloody...
I don't want to use the dark side of the Force to get more money.
Okay. Because that's how it starts. I'm sure my master would agree with it. Money is worth using the dark side!
That's all I would be getting is an extra advantage. I already succeeded.
So I'm going to say that succeeding meant you got 25 credits, and each additional advantage meant you got an additional 5 credits. So you got 35 credits.
That's pretty good work, yeah.
You might have gotten more if you literally... you would have gotten more if you literally had a job at the temple, but since you were mainly just doing it and then asking, basically implying that you wanted tips, that's how much you got. Occasionally someone would be like, okay.
Change, please.
I have some more, sir. Sometimes they gave you soup and shit because they assumed you were like a
Seriously?
poor orphan.
Did I get some soup?
Yeah, sure, you got some soup.
Excellent.
Okay. Some soup?
Why are you buying soup at the clothes store?
Does anyone else do anything this week?
You know what, Putty? How much money do you need?
I need 100 credits. Actually, I need 150 credits because I want to pay someone back. I have a loan shark.
I'll spar with you for it.
For how much?
100 credits.
All right, I'll take 100 credits to spar with you.
Wait, what do you spar? What's going on?
He's paying 100 credits to spar with him.
Oh yeah, but you need the money, and I want to test out my new fancy dancy lightsaberness.
I would have definitely been like in the quarters, been talking night after night about how much I need the money. So this would make sense.
Okay, are you loaning it to him? Are you gonna make a fixed interest rate? What's going on?
Payment. He's giving it to me for the spar.
Yeah.
It's a
What?
He's a friend of mine. I don't need the money.
Not capitalism. Ah. Okay, fine. You go out and spar. Why don't you roll? Shao roll against his lightsaber.
What's his lightsaber going to be under now?
What is his lightsaber's under willpower?
So it's 1 yellow, 4 green.
Do it.
Yay!
Ah, nice.
So
That check though.
Yeah.
check. So as Chris pulls out his lightsaber and begins to duel you as he sits on the other side of the room, you feel probably a little bit annoyed that he's being such a smug prick about this. So you worked extra hard to make sure he knows that you're the boss.
Can I use that 4 advantage to very flashily, basically disarm the lightsaber, send it halfway across the courtyard, and then very quickly run up to him meditating, and basically put my lightsaber to his throat and say, "On guard."
I like it. Yeah. So you basically checkmate him in the battle, and he is done for. He is like, oh shit, shit. So he concedes the battle, no doubt. Once you have your lightsaber to his throat.
I say to him, I'm pretty sure that was about as competent as a normal person using Form 6, so you did a good job with your Force shit.
So, what do you think of my new trick?
Like I said, I think it's about as competent as a normal person using Force 6, so it works.
Yes. Okay, so,
Do you give me the 100 credits, Reggie?
Yes.
Okay, subtract 100 credits from your inventory, Merkava, and add it to Shao's.
So if I fail this, I still spend 100 credits, yeah?
1 second, let me check.
Okay.
It's a question for the ages.
Is this gonna be rough? But I can spend a destiny on it, so...
Okay. It should also be known that each additional mod you install will increase the difficulty more and increase the price more. So stacking mods is expensive and difficult.
Curved tilt is the only... This addition to the curved tilt is going to be the last thing I do to my lightsaber, probably.
You're never going to upgrade the crystal?
I don't plan to, no.
Wow.
They're very, very expensive. I don't think it's in my future.
It costs 100 credits.
No, the crystals themselves, if you were to buy them...
But to modify the crystal like you're doing now to your curved hilt costs 100
Oh yeah, I
credits.
forgot to check what the yellow crystal modification would be.
They're awesome. Anyway, you might want to think about it. But you are... Can I ask what the modification you're making is?
Yeah, it's the one that gives the defensive +1 mod.
Oh, that's the only one there is. Yeah, okay.
No, I think there's another one to add 1 item quality.
No, I'm looking at it.
That's defensive, yeah.
1 item quality, defensive +1 mod, yeah. Which will give you, basically, I think 1 melee defense.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's great. You're going to become even more of a beast.
In duels, yeah.
If you succeed.
Yes.
Roll an easy mechanics check.
I'm going to roll a destiny
And if
point.
you fail, you will not lose the money.
Okay. I'm going to roll a destiny point.
Unless you fail really badly.
Triple despair.
So you flip a destiny point, you said?
Yes, sir. That's a red one, Marshall. You're red. Okay, so it's... Yep, that should be good. Yes!
You feel the power of the dark side.
I didn't realize a curved hilt was this dark.
You attach it. It's you make a slight modification. You
Try to make it more like the Zapako, the Zahomir, the Dahomir, style grip.
We can say that. Yeah, you make it more like that, and you make it more lightweight. It allows you to riposte quicker.
Okay.
So yeah, it's quite the weapon now. So you can add the defensive quality to your lightsaber, and increase your melee defense rating by 1, as long as you're using it.
Now I'm just gonna go back to the stick.
Stick.
Good old stick.
Good old stick.
It's a sticky stick.
Okay. So at one point, all of you are sitting together eating a meal. Probably Xiao's eating the free soup he got, or she got.
Soup.
I'm gonna have you, Etah, I'm gonna have you roll a perception check. A odd perception check.
I hope you like being kidnapped again.
It's okay, there's strength in numbers, Merkaba.
And fuck it, I'm gonna upgrade one.
Yes! No, that's a good thing, because we have another point to spend.
True.
Keep the flow.
Basically, I'm putting all this shit on Charles to get you good points.
Well, Charles is spending all the other stuff, so it works.
Yeah, pretty much. So that's 1 challenge, 2 purple.
I gotta say, 3.5 sessions in, I fucking love this system.
Oh, yeah.
No, it's a blast.
It grows
I
on me
fell in
every
love
time.
with it like day one. It's great.
Ooh.
Okay, so you don't notice anything, and you eat your bread and meat and soup. Maybe you, I don't know. Maybe you probably traded some bread for some of Xiao's soup. I would guess it's the type of thing.
Dunk.
She like pours you a thimble
Dunk.
of soup.
Oh.
And
Dunking my bread in.
you then, before you know it, are blacking out, and then you wake up inside a dark box.
Wait, do we
Do we
know
all do this?
Oh, so to roleplay what happens to you guys, she falls out, passes out at the table. Bagur walks in, throws him over his shoulder, and walks out. Do any of you say or do anything?
Can we? I say to Merkaba, I think we should follow them.
Yeah, or at least ask some questions.
He like salutes you as he does it. He's like, "Good day."
No, let's not ask any questions. Let's just follow behind.
Yeah, I kind of want to see where this is gonna go.
You do this stealthily?
I see no reason to.
Okay, I will let you guys roll a stealth check, and basically I will let you roll an assisted one to simulate the idea that one of you goes first, and then that person is able to point out things for the person who goes second.
It's probably going to be you, Reggie.
I've got a stealth of two green, so.
Alright, it's going to be 2 green and a boost die then.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, is that higher than yours, buddy?
It's the same.
Okay. Oh, and it's sorry, I forgot to tell you the difficulty. It's going to be his vigilance will be 3 difficulty and 2 challenge.
Good luck, guys.
Well, that's a fail.
It's not a negative one.
As you walk out into the hallway and he immediately notices you, he's like, "Oh, hello. Did you need something?" As he swings around the lifeless body.
In battle, Master, us soldiers need to stick together. We're looking after our platoon mate.
Yeah, we're just making sure that he's not gonna freaking end up any worse for wear than necessary.
Well, with my track record, I'm sure he'll be fine. He says, "I'm just gonna teach this snark a lesson about always paying attention to your food before you eat it. I'm gonna put him in a cage and see if he can get out."
Your teachings are excellent, Master, but wouldn't it be a great lesson if you just left him sleep tonight to show compassion?
Compassion? The enemy won't show compassion to you when you're in the trenches, boy!
But I'm sure you're better
Or
than
girl.
the enemy, sir.
What?
I'm sure you're better than the enemy, sir.
I wouldn't be better than the enemy if
I just
didn't
roll
prepare.
charm?
Okay, yeah, sure. Sometimes get lost. It's gonna be against his cool, which we will say this guy cannot keep his cool. He has we'll say two difficulty for his cool.
If this fails, I will cry.
Okay.
Do you want to use the force?
No.
Yes, do it.
Do it. Do it.
By the way, that part of influence that I've got seems really OP, because you can just roll a force die on everything, and if it turns out black, just be like, alright, I'm not using it.
Pretty much. I think
great.
that's how it's used. I think that's I've read the book and it seems like that's how it's used. Which, I mean, I could always create a house rule if I find it gets out of control, but so far I don't think it's been too bad.
Yeah, it's only an advantage or a success.
Yeah, it's not that big a deal.
I mean, it might get crazy when I have, 3 force power and I'm rolling, 6 successes on them, but,
And you're like, die! Okay, so anyway. You absolutely suck at the roll, but you just overpower it with pure force. So you're able to convince him that compassion is the right way. So Charles wakes up the next day in his bed.
Wait, compassion is the right way forever, or just for tonight?
Just for tonight.
Okay.
No, you totally changed him as a person.
He's not a mean guy. He just thinks experience needs to be gained through hard knocks. But he thought, I'll give the kid a break, and puts him in his bed. And
Your
he's
wisdom
like,
surpasses ours, master.
He's like, yep. By the way, when Etah wakes up, make sure he gets a lot of fluids. The drug I used is, well, it dehydrates people pretty badly. He walks away. Okay. So, who wants to meet with their master first? Shao, I'm guessing.
Sure, but I wanted to say that the next morning I tell Etah we kind of saved you out there. Can we call our debt even?
What a fucking scumbag. Not
My
even gonna pay
tongue-
him the 10-year 1% interest loan.
My tongue feels like a sack full of grain.
Yeah, and you would have been in so much more shit if we didn't help you out. So come on, let's just waive 50 measly credits, eh?
It is my 50 credits,
That's
Mama.
a good boy, and I tap him on the head and go off to meet my master.
Yep. I just roll out of my bed and then hit my face against the floor.
Wow. You hit your face on the floor.
Yep.
Okay.
Roll on the critical injury table with plus 10 modifier.
So, and this is going to be a vicious 5 hit. So it's going to be plus 60. No. So, Shao, you meet with your master the next day.
Okie dokie.
She says, so, sit down. How has your week been? You've been here for quite some time now.
Indeed, I have had an excellent week. Was it this week that I modified it, or was it last week that I modified it?
It was last week.
Okay.
Or fuck it. I mean,
I had the curve
here
grip
or there.
last week. I'm pretty sure I modified it this week, didn't I?
Yeah, we'll say that.
I got a lot of physical work done. I sparred with Merkava. Merkava is using a new technique to control lightsabers with the Force instead of its physical physical instruments. It's very interesting. I mean, it's still Form 6, so it's useless, but interesting.
Yes, that is the trademark of Master. What's her name? Master. That is the trademark of Erin K. She, not to say that she never uses her hands with a lightsaber. She likes to get dirty like the rest of us, but when in times of great strife, she always uses the Force to wield her lightsabers. I've seen her wield as many as 3 at once. It is the most terrifying thing you will ever fight if you're ever on the receiving end of it.
But, I defeated it quite handily, but I'm sure it's a more primitive form.
Yes. Well, I ask you not to challenge Aaron K. with your hubris.
I'll take that advice, Master. I thank you.
Decapitation.
Do you think she
Person
would...
of Mortal Kombat.
Do you think I could gain her respect by doing so, or would I just die?
Aaron K. is not someone who respects people. She tolerates their existence.
Okay. Alright.
She said, I mean, maybe she can respect someone theoretically, but I was in her tutelage for years, and she never once said she was proud of me, even the day I became a master.
She sounds like my sister. Well, one of my sisters. I have hundreds.
I've got 30! She says, your sister. What was she like?
She was cold, but loving. Until I failed.
And then she was just cold.
And then it got real icy up in this bitch.
Then she sold me into slavery, so I don't talk to her much anymore.
Yes. Well, I can see how you wouldn't talk to her much. Do you know what she is up to? How she is? I would imagine that, given that Dathomir is right in the heart of Mandalorian space, that she can't be having a great time right now.
It's been almost a decade since I've heard anything from Dathomir.
From what I heard, it was conquered, and some of the Night Sisters allied themselves to the Mandalorians, while others died in fighting. It's hard to see if the Order is still alive. Did you say a fitting fate?
Mm-hmm.
I like it. You gain 1 conflict.
Okay. There you go.
Okay.
That means it's possible for me to once again stay on 50 today.
Yes! I want you to forever! Of course, if you roll a 1 again, I'm pretty sure that just means the gods hate you. So...
I mean, 50's kind of cool. It fits my character at the moment.
You just maintain this perfect balance of force.
Yeah.
Valaisa, after talking with you about this, says, okay, what would you like to learn today? Well, she doesn't say that. That's what I say to you.
Force C, force power.
Valaisa says, today I shall teach you how to peer into the future. How to see what is unable to be seen with our own mortal eyes.
I feel this will bring me closer to the Force.
Well, certainly. It'll bring you closer to the Force in a way that simply using the Force by traditional means cannot. The cosmic Force. It is timeless. It is everywhere at once, at every point in time. And as a result, by tapping into the cosmic Force, you can foresee into the future, and even sometimes into the past. Did you guys hear that?
No.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
Okay. Oh, you did, Chris?
What, the whole dialogue, or?
No, my dad just came in, placed soup behind me, and yelled, "It's good protein!"
No, we did not hear that.
Dude, I love your dad.
I'm catching a whiff of it. It's not the best. Anyway.
But I bet it's good protein.
It's gotta be.
It's just protein shake mixed in with, like, chicken noodle soup.
It smells like that, dude. Okay. So you can add 10 XP to your 4C. Etah or Merkaba, who wants to meet their master?
Your call, dude.
You can go first.
Okay.
Do it.
So, you meet with Erin K. She says, sit down. How's your week been?
Good. I sparred with one of my compatriots.
How did that go?
He ended up besting me in the end, but I'm still,
Sheep.
Oh, my bad.
I assume that's what the ahems were about.
Yes.
Hashtag feminism.
No, I half expected Put it to be like, it was a glorious triumph, cough cough.
No, I just want you to recognize my vagina.
Okay. Anyway, despite him eventually knocking the lightsaber away, now I'm just doing it on purpose.
After that man with a penis who beat me,
He's going to slap me around with that penis.
After
he didn't even use a lightsaber.
Lightsaber was knocked away. He ended up
lightsaber to penis conflict seems like a bad idea.
Only those
anyway,
with horsepower can do it.
I was bested, fair and square.
Okay, so guys, at one point in one of the stories of Star Wars, like at a few points in Star Wars, certain Jedi have been able to use their hands to deflect a lightsaber by focusing all the force into their hand. So just imagine doing that to your penis. I think it might work.
God damn it.
Okay, anyway. She says, well, that was a weird thought I just had. Anyway, she says, so... She says, what we shall learn today is... What do you want to learn?
More sage. Need that sage. It's delicious.
Okay. She says, today I shall teach you the ways upon which a Jedi acts outside of simply mastering the Force. There are many things to learn. There are many ways to master. After giving you this 10 XP that can only be spent towards Sage, she says, at the end, as you're leaving, I have another question for you.
God damn it.
This is her gimmick. She says, at what point has a cyborg stopped being their old self? At what point does man become machine? Does he never become machine at all? Was he ever man to begin with? What is the answer?
It was a woman all along.
Man, woman, person. What point does a person become a machine?
I suppose that's more so how you
How did I get
define
I need to learn this
humanity that would answer that question. Because, it more so...
You're a Keldor. It's weird that you're talking about humanity.
I mean...
Keldority.
Keldority.
We'll call it sentience then. How about that? Is that a better term?
Don't you mean sentient life?
Okay.
I mean, because if you built a robot, certain droids are sentient.
Mm-hmm.
So she's not talking about sentience. She's talking about becoming a machine. She's talking about the state of body.
Oh, okay.
Discard the flesh.
So what do you tell her?
I suppose that any amount of cyborg can still be a living being.
What about a broken lightsaber that is
long as
sentient? Is that a lightsaber or is that a human?
No, it's not a human, it's a sentient lightsaber. Anyway.
So it is a lightsaber if it's broken.
A broken lightsaber is still a lightsaber.
What is a broken lightsaber that is a sentient Jedi cyborg if they are not any of them?
who has also lost that connection to the Force?
Twice removed.
She just, at the end of all these, she wraps all the metaphors up into one really confusing one.
Wait, you're saying that these weren't confusing?
Okay, so anyway, I suppose any amount of cyborginess it doesn't change the fact that they're still a person, as long as, their soul remains.
Interesting.
God damn it.
What is a soul to you?
A soul is, well, I suppose, a sort of unquantifiable thing, if you will. It's what makes an individual who they are. If you ask me, anyway.
So your soul is your personality.
Yeah.
Force of will.
Yeah.
So in your mind, one's personality, their force of will, could survive any transference of the body.
As long as it's strong enough. Yes.
Aha. So someone weaker would fail, die.
Well, not necessarily die, but lose themselves. I suppose.
Is that not dying?
I suppose it. If someone were to lose all of themselves, then I suppose yes, it could be considered death. Good old vegetable.
I ask you this because one day may come a time when you will become a cyborg.
Hint, hint.
Nudge, nudge.
I'm just saying this based on the statistics of Jedi injuries. They're constantly having their arms and legs cut off, she says.
No, all I need is the story of Darth Plagueis the Wise. And you know what? I'll become Darth Vader.
I was going to say you need the story of Darth Vader, the low ground.
Oh my god.
Okay. So
Is she gonna...
She tells you to depart.
Okay.
She's given up asking you about the lightsaber.
No, okay.
You have failed me for the last time.
Okay, I have a terrible idea for the week. Can I do it?
Well, I was going to do Merkaba next. Does it make sense to do before Merkaba meets with her Jedi Master?
Merkaba just did it.
Yeah, it's Etah.
I didn't think Etah.
I mean, Etah!
I thought Etah had gone, my bad. Yeah, go ahead.
Eva? Etah? Etah?
Etah?
Etah!
Etah!
I forget. Have you been bamboozled yet since the last time you met with your master?
I think we saved him. That was the only time.
I've been drugged, and
that was after the last time you met.
That was after, yeah.
Okay, you meet with your master, and he's like, "Hey there, buddy."
Just punches you out.
I'm sort of being particularly cautious on this occasion.
He says you've got some good friends there. They look out for you.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Comes to the price.
They convinced me it was a good idea not to throw you in a metal box and dump you in a pool of water.
Oh, well, yeah. That's usually a good thing.
Of course, the metal box would have been sealed tight, so the problem wouldn't have been the water, it would have been the lack of oxygen over time.
So, the same problem you would have had with the water.
Yes, except worse, because you're trapped in a box.
With the water. So if you're out of the frying pan into the frying pan.
Yeah.
And then into yet another hotter...
Oh, did I mention the water was boiling and had a pH level so high that it's technically acid?
Did I say water? I meant acid.
Water acid, what the kids are doing.
Are you feeling okay, Master?
He says, I feel I must prepare you. Any day now, a storm could come. You must be ready. You're not like the others. You're strong.
I thought the weather's been pretty good and the forecast is okay.
I don't literally mean the weather. The weather here is fantastic. Hasn't rained in years. Don't know how the grass grows, but let's not ask questions.
The gardeners do a good job, obviously.
Yeah, we just have gardeners across the entire continent. Okay, one water tin at a time. So he says
oyster farmers.
So he asks you what you'd like to learn about today, or I ask you.
Piloting. More
He's gonna learn. Ben is gonna learn more piloting.
Right, that he has 20 XP that he can only spend on piloting.
You've secured us a good pilot, and for that, thank you.
I also thank you.
To be fair, in my force tree, I will also get the ability to enhance my piloting
Technically,
skill.
if Ben was really pissed, he could just refuse to spend it.
Yes.
But then he wouldn't be able to spend it anywhere else.
No, exactly. He would just be doing it just out of spite.
He's going to get us all killed because he doesn't feel like flying.
I would say that Ben isn't the kind of person to do something out of spite, but then he had a nap and missed today's session, so fuck that guy.
Is that a spite that
it
I'm
was
in?
because of a nap?
Oh, I don't know for sure, but he was up playing EU4 about 4 hours ago, so I assume he was up late. So I assume it was not a nap, but it was his sleep for the day.
Yeah, I went to bed at like 6 a.m., so...
And
I feel like...
I'd like to clarify
like-
for both the group and the audience, the only reason why I say nasty things about him missing the session is because I'm upset I don't get to play with him. I like the guy.
I think it's weird too, because if I stay up till like till dawn, till like 8 o'clock, and I know I have to meet with someone at 11, I'm sorry, I'm not going to sleep. Like, I'm just gonna keep awake. Like, that's just if that's what he did, he must have known he was gonna miss this. Like, when you're that tired, you sleep through alarms, you sleep through trains.
I
like,
don't tend to. I guess maybe it's because of my fear of like fire alarms and stuff, but when my phone alarm goes off, I'm fucking up.
Oh, interesting.
And that's why for my alarm clock, I have a fire alarm hooked up.
You know what's weird? I find when I know I have something the next day, and I tell I set the alarm before, like the night before, and I tell myself I better get up for that. I often wake up before my alarm even goes off.
Same
Yep.
thing. I think it's probably a psychology thing you can look into.
It is a psychology thing. If you know you have to get up for something, your body will force you to get up.
Like today, like I didn't even get that much sleep last night, and I woke up 2 hours before my alarm clock was supposed to go off today. And I was like, well, shit, I better not go back to sleep. And so I just got up.
Yep.
Always do it.
Anyway,
Right.
what was going on? I forget. Oh, yeah.
We finished, right? Oh, well,
No.
You spent the XP on piloting.
Yeah.
That's right. And
Yeah.
what did you want to do, Putty?
right. I wanted to go and try and meet with Aaron K.
Are you sure about
But
that?
your master asked you not to.
I'm aware, but also on Ilum, they told us that if we took too long, we would be locked in. You shouldn't always listen to what the Jedi tell you.
Ah! You have learned the first lesson!
Plus 1,000 XP.
I did it.
That genuinely is the first lesson of the campaign. Don't listen to the Jedi, they lie a lot. Anyway, so...
Nobody
yeah,
tell Ben that lesson.
Well, it's okay for Ben, because he has a master that doesn't really know how to lie. His master knows how to play tricks, but not to physically tell a lie. Just he wouldn't be able to. He'd be like, he went that way. Points directly to where he went. Anyway, so, yeah. You seek out Erin K. Do you seek her out in private or in public?
In private.
Okay. I thought maybe public would be...
Perhaps, but no
You
private.
can't be killed! Okay. You knock on her door, and she opens it from across the room. You see her sitting.
Prepare to be a disappointment.
She says, "Who is
Master
there?"
K. Master K, my name is Shaolette. I am a friend of Merkava's. And a fellow Padawan.
Merkava. He is...
It is.
I keep thinking Merkava's a woman.
Me too.
It's also kind of a feminine name. Am I the only one who thinks it's a little bit feminine? Like, I know it's not a real name that Chris made up, but...
I think it's the Ava part that makes it feminine to me.
Yeah.
Because Merc is clearly a man's name, but then Merkava feels feminine to me.
Merc! We should call him Merc for short.
Oh no, he does. I'm pretty sure he said that, right?
Did
Yeah, you guys just haven't done anything with it.
Merc!
I say,
anyway, Aaron K says, "I know Merc."
I have through Merkava gained a taste of your legendary dueling style, and although I have been advised against it, I would love to, if you had the time, to spar with you, Master K. And if you want me to roll charm, I will.
She says, "Why should I spar with you?"
I don't want to go up above my power level too much, but I think you may find me an interesting opponent, if not worthy.
She says, "What are the stakes?"
38 credits.
Money? I have no use for money.
I want your soul.
What about an artifact of my people?
This interests me. What do you speak of?
Zapoka. An ancient artifact of the...
You would give her the staff?
I want to duel her.
She says, "Very well, and she'll put something up of equal value." She walks over to the edge of the room, presses a few buttons on a door, and opens a switch. "I doubt you have a chance of winning." She takes out a octagonal, a sort of three-dimensional... What's the word for an octagonal three-dimensional shape? I don't fucking... an octaponagon? I don't know.
Well, first of all, there's... Wait, are you talking like a spear-like shape that has octagons for its faces?
It's a three-dimensional...
Octahedron?
Sure. It's basically like, I think, it's a three-dimensional figure that has 8 sides.
Oh.
Or that doesn't have 8 sides. That has sides that are... Fuck, how do I...
I think it might be an octahedron.
An octa... Oh, wait. Fuck it, never mind. Not octagons its side, pentagons its side. It basically looks like a D12, like this.
Okay.
It's exactly like a D12, but it's not a dice. It's about the size of a grapefruit. And she holds it out and says, "This is a personal holocron I designed. I shall put it up as the wager."
This excites me.
It is invaluable.
I meant the duel.
Oh, yes. No doubt it will excite you.
I have a bad feeling about this, but I have a good feeling about it too.
I hope you're ready to take
excited in what way?
Okay, because this is a special duel with a master opponent, and there's stakes on the line, I'm going to make this a 3-part duel, meaning you'll roll 3 times. Okay? Whoever wins the majority wins the duel. Okay.
Yeah.
Even if you've lost the first 2, I'm still going to have you roll the third, just so we get a role play. Like, even if we know, because if you've lost the first 2, we know you've lost. But I'm still going to have you roll the third one, so we have context of how well you did. Like, if you totally struck out or not.
And in this case, is total mitigate still a failure, or is it a draw?
Sorry, what?
You know what? Like 0 success, no failure. It's usually a failure, but is that still a failure, or is that a draw?
Oh, it's a failure. Yeah, it's a failure.
That makes sense.
It would be in any other situation, so.
Indeed.
Like, if you were actually fighting her, it would be a failure. So I don't see why it shouldn't here. So you were going to roll your lightsaber against her lightsaber.
I feel like this could go very, very badly.
My defense wouldn't factor in here, because I'm making the roll, right? Or will it?
I'm confused. What?
I have 1 defense. That only factors in when she's making a roll, right? Or would I get...
That's a good question.
If she was making the roll, she'd get a setback, I think, right? So would I get a 3rd boost? Or does it just not factor in?
I like it. We'll factor it in.
No, buddy, you get an extra setback.
And she is going to, I forget. So, sorry, real quick. So she's challenging you to duel, and she says, so, you said you were interested in my style. What have you heard of it?
I've seen your student Merkava operating a lightsaber with the Force.
You want me to duel you using that technique?
Yes.
Very
So-
well.
Just gonna be a hot dog in a blender.
But it's gonna be fun.
You are gonna roll against. You're gonna roll against 4 proficiency, 2 ability, and 2 boost, 2 setback. So 4 challenge, 2 difficulty, and 2 setback.
What's the command in the thing for setback? Is it S?
Black.
S.
No, what
SLB.
B is it? Because B is something else.
BLK or S. Yeah, S is also works. You're right.
Here we go. Here's the first round of the duel.
Cue it.
Failure with advantage.
Okay. You immediately begin the duel as 2 lightsabers emerge from her. Actually, I gave her 2 setback. 3 lightsabers emerge from her coat, and she begins to dance them around you, flying every which way. No doubt, a crowd gathers. Many of the masters are also watching, thinking this Padawan's insane. And then.
Okay, can I use the advantage to maybe do a nice flourish on one of them and get another boost die for my next roll?
Yeah, sure. So the lightsabers fly about, blocking every attack you launch. One of them landing a spot on your. She cuts your leg, but you are able to basically push one of them out of the way, giving yourself a boost on your next roll. So
When I get
next
the cut,
roll,
I smile.
so next roll it will be 4 boost instead of 3.
Dun 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 dun.
This is just an enormous dice roll.
Yes!
Fuck.
Holy shit! So I get XP for that. I get XP for that, don't I?
You can. Yeah, you do. You do. Sorry, yes. Yeah, you get what's happening?
But obviously I'm getting destroyed
Where am
by
I?
that threat though.
Yeah. Yeah, you're going to get 5 XP for that. Just
I hope
remember
it's
that.
worth a leg.
Try to remember that for the end of the session in case I forget it.
I'll put it in now and I'll remind you then.
So this key boost, it allows you to jump out with great ferocity. You
say
move
that, I have
past.
3 blank boost die.
That's true, but shut up. She jumps out with great ferocity. You jump out with great ferocity. You move past the gauntlet of lightsabers before you and her. They fly at you like darts. One of them brings itself up, but only is able to deflect your lightsaber slightly, and you cut off one of her arms.
What?
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Holy shit, you scared me. I was like, I didn't think it was for realsies.
What do you want to use those 2 triumph for?
Can you give me examples for what I can do with them?
Sure.
Is that something in D20 actually?
Cut off her arm is one of the things you could do.
Awesome. Oh, here it is.
That's
I see spending.
That's the only option. You could
Ooh.
destroy one of her lightsabers.
I just saw that myself.
That'd be pretty scummy.
She would probably kill you.
Okay, I've got it. Can I,
But it's a daring move in a very daring fight.
So I see, for one triumph I can do something vital. Could I use each triumph to sort of disarm and disable a lightsaber, leaving her with just one? For the fight?
Yes.
Okay, I'll do that.
That 5 threat, though, is not going to be ignored.
Nope.
Just need to figure out what I'm going to do with it. This is a badass fight.
We should get some battle music.
As long as it's not Duel of the Fates. For the love of God, Will subjected me to 45 minutes of it yesterday.
Good point. Why don't we have battle music? Excellent!
Do it. Do it. Do it.
I grab one of the disabled lightsabers, start to make a scissors motion on her neck as a Sith suddenly appears and says, "Yes, Shao, yes."
But it's actually her as an illusion. And she has you kill an illusion of herself, and then you're her apprentice.
Well, I do it. I cut the illusion of herself, and it turns into a log.
Yeah. And then it's Naruto.
No, then it's Etah.
Etah!
Chop off Etah's head, which is an illusion of her.
Okay. So, she, yeah, so as you're doing this, you fall to the ground. Okay? You are now prone. It doesn't mean it doesn't mean you can't fight. What it will mean is you'll gain a setback on, actually, shit. I think you'll gain... Yeah, you'll gain a setback on the next attack that she pulls on you. It also means you can't make a maneuver, but this isn't combat, so that doesn't fucking matter.
Those two setbacks.
Oh shit!
Those two setbacks I had on the last roll were caused by her other lightsabers, though, right?
Yeah. So
I'm just down to
she's down. You're down to one. So, roll one setback, and not 4 boosts this time. Only 3 boosts.
Yep. But I'm gonna flip a destiny point to upgrade my final ability to a proficiency.
Dun dun
I
dun.
almost been thinking of doing it. Okay.
Alright, I've got the roll ready to go out, ladies and gentlemen. This is it.
It all comes down to this roll.
What
the?
You look.
Dude, that's such a badass failure, though. Like, that's such a... Like, I know you failed and you might be unhappy, but that's a cool way to fail.
Well, as long if it's... Because it is just it is like a 0 fail. If it is close, then I'm happy with it.
So, as you knock out 2 of her lightsabers...
Oh wait, can I use my triumph now? Can I say that I've disabled all 3 lightsabers, but she manages to beat me anyway?
Well, so you just... Okay, I know what I'll do then.
Okay.
So, you knock out her 2 lightsabers. They fall to the ground. She gives up on them, drawing her third into her hands and closing in with you in close combat. She falls her lightsaber hard upon you, as you then knock the third lightsaber out of her hands quickly before she has anything to do. But she is not unarmed without lightsabers. She picks you up with the Force, gripping hard around your neck, and throws you into a nearby tree, knocking you out.
Okay.
Welcome to the infirmary.
While I fade, I just have a massive fucking shit-eating grin on my face.
And your muscles just stay there as you're unconscious all the way through.
That was close. I was almost going to have to give you a holocron. I didn't think it was going to be that close.
I didn't think it was going to be that close.
Oh my god.
I rolled 3 triumph in that encounter.
Jesus Christ.
I disabled 3 Jedi Master lightsabers. I'm fucking happy with myself.
To be fair, I'm not sure if you were fighting her in a real encounter, if I would have... I don't know. I don't know how I would do that. The triumph is strong.
Oh yeah, I'm under no impression that I was fighting a fully, like... That she was going all out on me or anything. Although she seems intense enough to go pretty hard.
Because in a real fight, she'd be able to use the advantage and stuff to, like, cut off your hands and stuff. So...
Hot dog in a blender, like I said.
Yeah, so that's really exciting. I'm recovering from this. This is... let me put on the chill music now. You wake up in the infirmary. Still grinning, sure. You, for the most part, feel fine. And are your friends with you? Did the 2 of you...
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, hey,
I was
guys.
watching the fight.
So, Merkava, I learned that your style can get a lot better.
Yeah, I just learned it.
I'm just
Were
saying.
you watching Merkava?
I imagine I was.
Were you impressed?
I think terrified is a more reasonable. Because,
More of her.
she's intense, and I wouldn't put it past her to kill someone for being a little on the arrogant side.
I don't think it was arrogance. Just excitement.
Oh, Shao.
You fucking maniac.
That was great. How many days has it been since I've been unconscious?
3 years! The Mandalorians have conquered Dantooine! We're all slaves! Just kidding.
Shit.
Anyway. That'd be a crazy cut. Secretly, you guys didn't know I planned this encounter. This is the movement to the next episode. No. So yeah, you guys all go about your next week.
Am I fit enough to do odd jobs?
Yeah, probably.
I just roll charm again.
Okay.
Oh no, we have 2 Etahs.
I know. I'll gain an. Oh, yeah. I don't know what you're gonna do with it, but I'm gonna use that to gain another success.
Okay. I forget what's happening. Oh yeah, okay, so you gain
I'm charming people into tipping me for the odd.
That's right. I gave you 25. I gave you 25 per success. So that's 50. That's 80. 80.
Nice.
80 gold. 80 credits.
Hopefully I can buy back my Zapoka one day.
Zapoka, you came back to me. Okay. So you have Zapoka sounds like a dog. I don't know why. Yeah, so you gain 80 credits, and
also at some point in the week, I go to RNK's office and give her the Zapoka.
Yeah. She hangs it on her wall.
I also bow and say, I really do appreciate that. It meant a lot to me.
She says, "You are powerful, terrifyingly powerful. You would do well to remember." She seems impressed by you.
Thank you. I'll take those words to heart.
As if I already wasn't enough of a disappointment.
I run off.
You shall be my new apprentice. Kill Merkava, that is your first task.
Do it.
Then kill the Separatist Alliance. In the future.
Anyway,
Kill the Jedi at Dantooine Temple.
But that's where we are.
Then do it.
Okay, anyway. You guys, I'm going to do one last thing before the week ends. Etah is walking about as you do.
Which Etah? Etah 1 or version 2?
Version 2.
Better.
Version 2, the better kind.
Okay, carry on, Marshall.
Okay. At one point you are... Give me an example of something you might do during the week.
I might be looking in the archives and sort of having a look at how to pilot a ship.
Okay. You're learning about ships and stuff. And all of a sudden, one of the Padawans who's sort of helping out in the archives comes up to you and says, "Hey, one of the masters just came up and said they wanted me to deliver this note to you."
Which master was it?
I think it was Yuhar Bagur.
Did you check it for like it being scented with anything or like
What?
poison?
The Padawan says, "Why would it be poisoned?" She hands.
Uh,
The master here wouldn't hurt us.
I'm training under him. I know a little bit more. I feel on this.
Well,
on
take
this
the note,
particular
it's not mine.
Okay, so I take the note.
Do you open
Just
it?
like double checking over the shoulders,
Okay.
just to make sure he's like nowhere near me.
You don't see him.
I sort of, with outreached hands as far as I can get them away from my body, I sort of slowly open it and have a look at the message.
Of course, it's too late. You realize that ever since you sat down at this computer, you've been sitting on your master. He then grabs you. No, just kidding.
He is the chair.
He's very good at decoys. So anyway, you open the note, and it says, real quick, Merkaba and Xiao, I'm thinking of a number between 1 and 10. What is it?
4.
Okay. So you see a note and says, I think your friend Xiao will need some saving.
Uh-oh. No golden bikini.
Then it says, look in the pond outside of the academy. There you will find your friend.
My 4C force power has failed me.
I then start like running straight to the pool, like straight there.
You run towards the pond, and you see Yuhar Bagur standing on the opposite end, laughing like an evil villain.
Is he posing menacingly?
Yeah, he's like, ha 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 ha! You have come to my final challenge!
Really? This is the final challenge? Huh, sure.
Well, for now. I'll probably think of more. Take your friend or she shall die.
I look down, can I look down into the pond to see if she's down there?
Yeah, you see a big metal object. Basically, you did exactly what he was you to her.
I can
like, fuck you for not letting me
3
use the box.
lightsabers of a Jedi Master, but I can't stop myself from getting trapped in a box. Great.
What's funny about this is, ironically, Xiao, you were the one who told him not to trap him, so you got trapped. It's like,
Yep.
Okay.
So I'm gonna use the.
If only this was Cedric, because he could swim.
Yeah, I have a rest, but I'm gonna use the force power of move to try and move the metal box up to the surface.
What's your force power move at?
It is at. Let me have a look, because I don't actually know the force power move stuff. Because, lol.
The real Ben is here. Ben, what is Etah's force power move at?
No, it'd be funny if Ben was still asleep and just rolled over on his computer and opened Discord.
Oh, it's on
It's pretty good, I think.
Yeah, it's pretty up there. I just don't know how it works
Nice
that well.
accurate descriptions.
It's
How
rank
much
2 range.
strength do you have?
1.
Rank 1.
So you have upgraded its strength.
Yeah.
Okay. Roll a force die. You need 2 points to be able to lift it, though.
Weak.
You begin to lift it slightly, but it falls back down into the water.
Ow!
Oh, Shao, you're completely sedated.
Okay.
You should try to cut it open.
It's not that. See, that's why. Like, Shao, you're better at fighting direct threats. He knocked you out in your sleep and then put you here.
I didn't roll
chloroform
check.
in the sleep.
That's fair.
But I'm willing to go for it because it's his final challenge. Maybe I even agreed to it. We have an agreement, me and Bagur.
So you agreed to be drugged and put in a box underwater with no air.
I've done kinkier shit.
Oh God.
What did you do, Etah?
Etah walks away.
No, I'm trying to think of another way to
But
do
nobody came.
it. How deep is this lake? Can I tell?
About 10 feet.
Gaping.
10. Just like you, Shao.
True.
Wow.
How much XP do you have, Reggie? I might have messed mine up a bit.
Give me a sec.
Total XP, I mean.
Ben, got any ideas? You know your skills better than me.
I'm at 190 right now, but you should have a little bit more than me.
I've a lot.
I have no ideas here. You failed the fourth die, and that's all I really thought of.
Yeah.
Swim down there and slash it with your lightsaber.
That might be the only way to do it.
Turn on your lightsaber. Throw it in the
How
pond.
deep is the pond?
10 feet.
No, just turn on your lightsaber, throw it in the pond. Eventually, it'll evaporate all the water.
Can I move the water out of the way?
Ooh.
Yeah, that's good.
Can we use the force power move to move the water?
Just
Onto the
disperse it.
master.
Water gun.
It's water. It'll be fine outside. It'll
Okay.
just...
This will
Like,
probably
throw it, chuck it into the
probably
atmosphere.
take you about 30 to 40 minutes because each time you're lifting a human-sized cup of water out of the pond, which
Yeah, that.
in a
and if
pond
it's
size
10
is kind
feet-
of like lifting a cup out of a big bucket.
Hmm.
Can we upgrade our force power real quick?
No.
You can upgrade your piloting.
Oh, I haven't told Ben about the piloting yet.
By the way,
No, I actually saw it. Somewhere.
Yeah, it's in the notes. You got 20 XP in
you're
piloting.
gonna be the very best.
Like no one ever was.
Teach me and I won't. teach you.
Okay, so
All memes aside, buddy is
I'm gonna move the
suffocating.
water.
Oh,
Yeah.
man, this is Ben, you're not in control.
Yeah, I'm in
Okay,
control.
Charles,
Ben.
you want to move the water?
No, we're gonna dive in.
Now I've discovered that in some sort of fantasy setting, someone should play a two-headed ogre and two people should play one character.
Oh, so Cho'Gath.
Should go.
That would be awesome.
Shit, that should be a thing. And one person has control of one arm.
Yep, on one head.
Or
So one head is really charismatic and passes speech checks, the other head is smart and does intellect stuff.
Or one person controls the arms and one person controls the legs. So one person decides where they go and the other decides what they do.
Yes.
No.
Hey Ben, do you want to do that the next time something like that comes around?
Ben would have to be here for
Putty, I think you just thought of the best role-playing idea ever, and I'm gonna do that. Definitely. Like,
Yeah.
100%.
I know.
Yep.
Okay. So anyway,
Yeah, I'm gonna. Etah's gonna jump in the water and try and swim
Okay.
to the bottom.
you swim to the bottom. It's only 10 feet. It's not that bad.
Yeah.
You swim to the bottom, and what do you do?
I'm gonna get my lightsaber out and try and cut it open gently so the end comes off rather than the chopping Shao in half.
You guys hear that despair on the horizon?
So you saw the box open, Immediately, water begins to flood in, and Xiao, and the box fills with water. Now, Xiao is unconscious and is not moving out of the box. So what are you going to do?
I'm going to kick the box out away from Xiao, and then start pulling her body up to the surface.
Okay, I'm going to need an average athletics check.
Oh no, he's not.
Since
very
you
good
know.
at that.
Boy,
No, we are not.
And keeping in with tradition, I'm going to upgrade one of those.
This is my life you're playing with, narrator.
That's one challenge and one difficulty. The narrator's always playing with your life.
Oh no.
said the narrator.
Don't despair.
You know, if I die happy after that duel.
Oh yeah, that door was beautiful.
You know, I would say a master would never let you die, but Yu Harbagur has got some really bad lawsuits on his hands, so...
What the fuck happened?
You can't lift him up. You pass out.
Whoa.
Oh no.
Just kidding. So yeah, you can't get him up, and you're starting to run out of air. Her. You're starting. You can't get her up, and you're starting to run out of air. So you have two options. You could either use all of your strength to sort of throw her to the shore, or you could just abandon her and get out yourself.
Keeping in mind, you're not playing Cedric. You're playing Etah.
Yeah, I know.
Could you force power move her out?
And I know what Cedric would do: abandon.
Yes,
but
But Etah would help.
No, Etah would totally throw.
okay. So you throw her
Shower.
to the surface, and she begins to float on the surface and breathing in water. Just I don't know, its bodies float. Anyway, yeah. And then you begin to run out of air as you pass out in the water. You wake up at some indeterminable amount of time later with Yuhar Bagur sitting over your body giving you CPR. And he says, thank God you're awake! Oh, this one really went too far. Xiao, you're awake now, by the way.
Hey,
Xiao, whether this
hey,
was planned
Master.
or not.
Master Bagar, you seem to regret every single time you do this.
Yep. If only there was a way to make decisions based on history. Oh well, let's continue to forge our path ahead.
I look down at the curved hilt and think to myself, was it worth it?
Was it worth it? He says, anyway, you're fine. A little water in the lungs is good for you. Helps a growing lad.
It does the opposite of that.
I'm also 26.
You didn't get water. You didn't get water in the lungs. He's talking about Etah.
I didn't get any. That was a pretty successful operation there, Etah.
Yeah, no, probably not much at all. Maybe a little.
Yeah. So did I pass my final test?
No, you failed.
Back to the beginning.
We'll have to start over! And
The
he begins
great, oh
tackling
gracious
you.
Master... Bagor, the great, oh gracious Master Bagor, whose teachings I would never question. He saved me. Can I roll charm?
Sure.
Cool.
Can I roll charm?
And is it 2 difficulty? His cool's pretty shit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love how you just talk him into anything. And Marshall will compensate by having him fuck with you later.
He says,
There you go.
damn it, you're right. You are a good Jedi. You saved your friend. And if that's not what the Jedi Order's about, he begins to wipe his face. And I don't know what is. Fine, kid. You passed. Not that there's really a prize or anything. You gain my respect. That's what you gain. And he
Well, that
knocks
must be
Etah
nice.
on the shoulder.
I wonder what it's like to be
And fall
respected.
back. Who falls back into the pool?
Oh god, he pulls his back up. Okay. So you guys go about your day, doing your day things, and you are eventually all called to meet the council.
Dun, dun, dun.
I think Xiao has got a permanent shit-eating grin on her face ever since the duel.
I'm sort of... Yeah. I go. We shall.
Okay. You step once more into the council chambers, its members standing before you.
Oh, look, it's a Yoda!
Vandar Toker, the Yoda, steps forward and says, "Your masters have communicated to this council that they feel you are ready for the next step in your training to become Jedi Knights.
Oh dear.
This is called the Trial of the Many. It involves sending a group of Padawans on a trial in which they will all work together. This will help us to assess whether you are ready for your final trial." Next, Master Zar spoke. "If you trust in the Force and in each other, you should succeed with flying colors." Then Master Bala spoke. "For this, you will be sent to the industrial planet of Sin Sang. It is very close to Dantooine, less than a day's journey away. There you will be tasked with solving an actual problem, not some synthetic challenge we have devised." If Master Bagur was in the room, they'd probably give him a bleeding glance right now. "It is up to you to do this." Finally, Master Vrook says, "The most powerful family on the planet, the Fabins, have sent us a call for help. 2 days ago, their daughter, Lufidlia Fabin, went missing. Apparently, the good Lord Fabin doesn't trust his own security forces to do the job properly, and has called for the Jedi to investigate. Go now, and find their daughter, and any other missing people as well, and return them safely.
Why not?
May the Force be with you."
Huh, missing daughter quest. I've never done that before.
Never done before. Before you know it, you and your compatriots are walking away towards the hangar bay, ready to embark on your next journey.
That's
the end of this session.
Is as big as
Yep.
Is that the end of the episode?
Yeah, that's the end of this episode. Went over, but
Doubled.
whatever. Silence!
Fucking great, though. I loved it.
Yeah.
What the fuck happened to Yoo-hoo Bugger?
He
that
crafted me a
noise.
curved hilt, then he kidnapped all of us. And
Basically, every time a week went by, Yuhar Bagur did something, basically snuck up on Etah and did something crazy to him.
sometimes with the help of his friends.
So first he tackled him, he snuck up on him, crawling from, by the way, he crawled on the ceiling and tackled him. The next day, he,
It was the duel.
it was the duel, he set a tripwire and trapped him in a net. The next day, he poisoned him, right? No, he
Yeah.
shot him with
No.
Shot him with
Shot him with a blaster first.
shot him with a stun blast and knocked him out. And was gonna put him in a cage underwater, but didn't. Then the next day, he knocked him out by poisoning his food with a synthetic sort of knockout
At
drug.
some point, Etah tried to sneak up on him and got fucked up.
Yeah, he got hit in the head really badly and suffered a critical injury. And then Etah.
Oh god!
And then
It was
Etah-
just
He
days.
was just dazed.
And then Etah then had to save Xiao, who was locked in a cage at the bottom of a lake / pond.
So
Of
I
course-
think I'm gonna end the recording off here. So Ben, say goodbye.
Goodbye.